It was more challenging for me to get a 0.5 GPA than it was for me to get a 4.0 GPA. How did I get both? I didn't fucking try. I didn't show up. I occupied my time with a lot of distractions and instant gratifications like drugs, playing music, alcohol, and spending my time bullshitting versus going to class and learning. I was young, I was stupid, and that is something I'd like to share with you. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back. I wanted to jump right into it today as I was doing an exercise before this, and it gave me an idea of one little lesson, one little topic, one little area that I wanted to dive into that will hopefully put you in a position to streamline your success and skyrocket to the life that you want to live. I was doing an exercise which asked me to break down the 5 most painful moments of my life. That's tough on a Monday morning. The 5 most successful moments of my life. And lastly, the 5 moments in my life where I felt untouchable. And I found this exercise in a Patrick Bet-David book, Your Next 5 Moves. It's an excellent read, easy to read. He's very motivational, he's cutthroat, direct. If you like that style and you're an entrepreneur or you just want to, start to think more clearly on the life that you want to live, that's something you're looking to lean into a little bit more, I recommend. I'm nearly done, but I just came across this exercise and I was like, okay, let's do that. Have not done that in a while. I finished that writing on the board, something that happens after. He said, affirmations only mean enough when there's the emotion and real life behind it, being that you've proven it to yourself and you will continue to believe it to move forward for those to become true. So I wrote, I will make the greatest comeback ever because, and you'll have to stay tuned to find out and follow along. I was backtracking. I wrote the moments where I felt most untouchable in my life. And this might be challenging for some of you to do. Why? Why is talking about feeling untouchable challenging to do? Because if you're a person that's humble, like myself, it's difficult to say like, well, this is the moment I felt incredible and I was a fucking badass and I was doing everything I can and no one could pull me down and I was kicking ass and taking names, right? It's not how I go around living every day. I sit back, listen, do the work that I need to do, and then good things happen. But the truth is that we sit and we listen to ourselves, and most of the thoughts that we have are thoughts that are distracting or thoughts that are negative. So if we can put those positive, untouchable thoughts into our head more frequently, we're probably going to be able to see that we can change our life for the better as we move forward and closer to where it is that we want to go. So the first thing that I put there for an untouchable moment was graduation. Wow, really? You graduated? I'll tell you a little story. I graduated after 6 years of college. The first 2+ years of college, almost 3, I spent wasting my time, barely going to class. It was more challenging for me to get a 0.5 GPA than it was for me to get a 4.0 GPA. How did I get both? Well, I didn't fucking try. I didn't show up. I occupied my time with a lot of distractions and instant gratifications like drugs and playing music and alcohol and spending my time bullshitting versus going to class and learning things that I didn't really want to learn at the time. I was young, I was stupid, and that is something I'd like to share with you again, that if you are not interested in the thing that you are doing currently, the odds of you doing it well are slim to none. So how did I find something that worked, and how did I graduate, and why was that a moment I felt untouchable? I will get to that at the end, so stay tuned. I have a couple more things I want to go through. Number 2, winning the First Form Athlete Search. An incredible moment. I was shocked, in awe. I don't know if I felt untouchable at the time, but looking back, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I'm pumped up for this. This is what I wanted the entire time, a common theme with all of these things. I worked for it and I busted my ass for it. And I was told no, and then finally one day it was a yes. That moment left me feeling untouchable, ready to work, knowing that the work was just beginning, but untouchable nonetheless. Number 3, quitting my job at the gyms. We grew the largest CrossFit gym in New York City and we felt really good about it. But the moment I felt untouchable was the moment I decided to leave and go start my own business. Why? We'll get to that in a second. Number 4, leaving New York City and moving to Florida, moving out of state for the first time. There was something about leaving everything I knew and having that confidence that this next move was going to catapult me to the success that I wanted in my life, being surrounded by the people I wanted to be surrounded by, which allowed me to feel untouchable. And last but not least, getting into the NCI Hall of Fame and having a business that impacted the world and standing on a stage in front of nearly 1,000 people, celebrating with my colleagues, my peers, different business owners, and saying, hey, we did this. We helped so many people. This is an incredible moment. With all these things, graduating, winning the athlete search, quitting my job at a gym that was very successful, moving away out of the town and city that I knew my entire life, and then being awarded for, basically I would look at it as impact. Like, we had a great impact amongst all of the people who were impacting other people. We stood out from what we did over that year. All of these things did not just happen. All of these untouchable moments did not just happen. I didn't just wake up one day and graduate college. I didn't just wake up one day and decide to win an athlete search. I didn't just wake up one day and decide to start my own business and leave a job. I didn't just wake up one day and decide to leave New York. I didn't just wake up one day and win an award for helping thousands of people. They all took work. They all took time. They all took energy. They all took effort. They all had high moments. They all had low moments. And graduating college, it took me 6 years to graduate. I was failing. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was doing drugs, and I was drinking more so than I was going to class. And I had a 0.5 GPA to show for it, and I was stacking up college debt. That did not help me feel untouchable. But the change that I made and the work that I put into it when I walked across the stage and graduated with honors and had my parents see me felt amazing. No one else cared out of everybody that was graduating, but I knew what I did and my parents knew what I did, and that was enough to feel untouchable because I had put in the work to get there. The second one, winning the athlete search. I was a nobody. I had 2,000 followers on Instagram, and I decided to start posting and sharing and helping people. I remember the first post that I put up on a story to say I was entering the athlete search, I put up and took down 4 or 5 times on the way walking to the gym in the morning because I didn't like how I sounded talking to a camera. Now you can't get me to shut up. But the idea was, like, I had a mission to go help people, and athlete searches came and they went. They would come and I would lose and I would continue. And they would come and I would lose and I would continue. And 4 years later, my name was announced, and that made me feel like, oh shit, you put in the work. And it wasn't because other people would see my name. It was because I knew that I was helping people, and I knew that this was the door I wanted to walk through. It wasn't the end of the game. Like, after graduating college, I didn't go back to doing drugs and doing nothing. It was just the beginning, a step in a direction to build upon that. It was a chance to continue down that path of work and success and detail to bring the best out of each and every single day. Leaving my job at the gym, that was really hard. I liked my colleagues. I liked the members. I loved what I did every single day. But there was something that was pushing me in a direction to say, like, you can do more. I remember saying at the time, the world is bigger than Brooklyn and there's more people to help. So if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. And maybe I got lucky with the timing of it all and the pandemic and people being inside, but I knew I wanted to help people, and I knew that I can share what I had gone through and my experience to help other people. So I decided to take that leap. Moving to Florida. I've been in New York City my whole life. That's all I knew. I knew the world was bigger than Brooklyn, but I was always just staying in New York. I was there, I was living, I was working, I was doing everything. But then things changed at home, and one of my most painful moments happened, and I decided to move to a place where I could be surrounded by one particular person, Lacey, who would help push me every single day. And that just so happened to be in Florida. So yeah, it's pretty nice living by the beach and being in paradise. And I'm not a fan of the cold weather anymore, but that's a story for another time. but I felt untouchable. And being able to make that decision, knowing that when I got there, the work needed to be done, and not just accepting of her support, but also giving it. And I was excited about that. And I still am to this very day. And last but not least, this Impact Award, this Hall of Fame award, was a testament to the work that the team had done, the vision that we shared, and the mindset that we kept, and the work that we put in every single day. When I stood on that stage, it wasn't about me. It wasn't just about the team either. It was about the people that we helped. And that made me feel untouchable, because even after that, more work had to be done. And the reason why I bring this up, and bring it full circle right here, I will make the greatest comeback ever. It's like any diet or any workout in life, this business, helping people. It's not just this straight scale like towards success. There are setbacks, there are roadblocks, there are emotions, there are negative thoughts, there are distractions. And I know I'm not done. And I know I'm not starting from the beginning again, because I have all of these untouchable moments, these successes that came from these pains and the work that was put in thereafter. And I am certain that if you have something in your life that's a painful moment, where you put in the work and found success, maybe you felt untouchable along the way. And then if you don't feel untouchable, you can still put in that work to get to a point to feel untouchable, so you can continue through that doorway, that pathway, that gateway, to put yourself in a position to keep going. So this Monday, this morning, heading into a new week, think about it. It was a cool exercise. It was hard to write those painful moments down. It was more challenging to write those wins down if you are at all a humble personality. If you are at all someone who's like, this isn't about me, I want to impact the world, like me, we all still like to feel successful. And those untouchable moments were challenging to write down, but fulfilling. And to remember that when we do write them down, we understand that it wasn't just something that happened to happen. It was something that happened because of the work that we put in. And then if we continue to do the work, good things will come our way. That's what I'm going to leave you with today to start the week. I think that's a really great place to go and look at as we move forward. Your pain decides what you do, and what you do decides your success, and your success decides how you feel. And if you feel a certain way, remember that we lean back into that success and that work to continue down that path. Because if you've done it once, you can do it again. Have a great Monday, everybody, and I'll talk with you later.